In the first week of the PBA Commissioner's Cup, there were already eight games played. Some were tight, others, blowouts. A few were exciting, several. Ho-hum.the first game of the week for this conference has to be the one that went into overtime, rain or shine versus Alaska. The extra period came about on an amazing three-point heave that banked in at the buzzer for Chris Banchero, who had not scored in the first 47 minutes and 59 seconds of the game. Alas, the Aces could not score in the first 2 minutes of OT, and the Elasto Painters took control to hold on for the 109-103 win. It was a hard-fought contest that got chippy at times. There were flagrant fouls, near confrontations, and exciting plays all throughout. Chris Q emerged as best player of the past week's best game.top performance of the week by a local. This is a first, but it might not be the last. Jerramy King surprised opponents, PBA fans, and maybe even his own team, with two inspired performances sandwiching to so-so showing, while leading his team to 2 wins in 3 games played in a span of just 7 days. The former rain or shine bench warmer stepped into the Colombian dip lineup and averaged almost 22 points per game, with more than 3 rebounds and assists, plus more than a steal and a half, shooting 45% from the field and 40% from Rainbow Country in about 33 minutes per game. The challenge for King, who is known as a hard worker and a soft-spoken fellow, is to keep playing at a high level moving forward. At least for week 1, King was PBA basketball royalty. Honorable mention goes to King's running mate, Rashan McCarthy, who earned 2 Best Player of the Game honors, the first shared with King, as he averaged 17 points, more than 5 rebounds, exactly 8 assists, and 2 steals per game. Top performance of the week by an import. Big Reggie Johnson of Rain or Shine was part of 2 victories for his team in week 1, and, while he did play well in both games, he did not earn my nod for top performance of the week for an import. It was his counterpart in his first game, Antonio Campbell of Alaska, who had the best performance for an import. In the overtime loss to Rain or Shine, Campbell had a slow start but heated up in the second half and in overtime to finish with 40 points, including 8 three-pointers, 20 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. He only shot 41% from the field overall and had 7 turnovers, but when he started hitting his shots, it was as though he could not miss. He followed up his awesome first-game performance with a 23-point, 19-rebound effort against Blackwater, which resulted in a win for the Aces. Oh so young at just 23, Campbell has already shown great potential, and, if he keeps it up, he, as former Alaska import Sean Chambers predicts, could become an import that returns to the league again and again. Disappointing performance of the week. This one goes to the entire Blackwater elite team. This team had already become a fan favorite in the Philippine Cup with its great effort and emerging stars in Poyaram, Mac Bello, Mike DiGregorio, and Alain Maliksi. However, in 3 lackluster performances for the week, all losses, 2 of them utter blowouts, the elite have lost by an average of more than 17 points per game. The body language of the players is negative on the court. There is an obvious lack of proper communication among them, and those emerging stars earlier mentioned have just not played well at all. Where is the team that was a threat to practically every opponent just a few weeks ago and that just missed the playoffs due to its inferior quotient? Most observers, including this one, hope the elite get back on track soon. Must-see for this week. There are 6 games on tap for this week. Magnolia, the Philippine Cup runner-up, makes its debut on Sunday against Phoenix. It will be interesting to see if hotshots import Vernon Macklin can give the Pambansang Manok the boost it needs. Ginebra vs TNT, also on Sunday, is always a potentially great matchup. However, I will pencil in the Friday encounter between Alaska and Columbian as the must-see game for this week. The Aces have an import, Campbell, who can score from anywhere, and the Dip have defensive-minded and always ready to oop the alley CJ Aiken, who also showed some range on offense in their last game, in the middle. The Dip have played well offensively, but Alaska likes to get physical on defense. The Alaska guards will have their hands full facing the Columbian gunners, McCarthy, King, Reed and Selda, but they are surely up to the task. Plus, Calvin Abueva and Vic Manuel will test Columbian's frontline. The game is at 4:30 p.